Super. So my name's Fabienne, or Fobs, and when Katie was doing her stand-up, sit-down 15-year thing, I'm right after the cutoff. I've been hacking for 14 years. So I'm not quite old enough to get a drink, but... I will buy you a drink. Okay. I'm a hardware hacker, reverse engineer, and now a singing keynoter. So be easy on me. This is not my day job or anything like that. But I thought it would be fun. I've given the same keynote about, not this keynote, but the same keynote 5 times already this year, and I thought, well, I've got to do something new, so why not do something completely new and sing to all of you. The first song I'm going to sing is about passwords, which a lot of you already, I'm going to be preaching to the choir a little bit on this one, but this is for you to tell your friends who aren't hackers. This is for you to tell your friends who aren't in computer security. And yeah, maybe you'll learn a little bit about something. I remember that XKCD. There was something so bad about that phrase. There's a little bit too much feedback, sorry. Should we do a little sound check quick? Singing, we're singing. That's better. Okay, let's do it again. Thank you. And I have someone advancing my slides if you're wondering how they're magically advancing without me touching them. So thank you. I remember that XKCD. There was something so bad about that phrase. Horse battery staple, so little key space. Rainbow tables on a server, dictionary attacks. All your passwords will be owned by someone who hacks. This is very serious. Generate your passwords. So generate your passwords. Generate your passwords consistently. And I hope that you're saving passwords all offline. Never use them twice. That's my only advice. Come on now. Who do you think you are? Ha ha ha, never in the cloud. You really think you're in control? Sing along. Generate your passwords. Generate your passwords. Generate those passwords consistently. My experience taught me that when you clone a new VM, you clone the entropy, and that's really bad. So don't generate your passwords there till you create new entropy. Have to do it with care. Then generate your passwords. Generate those passwords. Generate those passwords consistently. Generate those passwords. Generate your passwords. Generate your passwords consistently. Thank you. I couldn't just make it easy on myself and do some PowerPoint slides. That would be too easy. I had to request a piano, so I want to give a special shout out to the entire crew at HITBGSEC, especially Dylan, who when I first wrote to him and I said, so I'm thinking of singing my keynote, and he said, I don't know. And then a week later he said, we found a piano, and I said, okay, let's do this. So thank you, crew, and for taking such good care of us, not just the keynote speakers, all the attendants. That's been a fabulous conference, so thank you very, very much. Thank you. This next song was actually up for a Pony Award this year, and it, we can go back just a little bit. There. It's up for a Pony Award, and I was up against one of the lovely ladies in the front row, and she sang her song coming in on a spinning aerial hoop with dancers, so she won. But I wanted to sing this for you anyway. This was released as part of Pucker GTFO, which is a beautiful journal. It's a free online journal kind of in the ethos of frac, and Travis Goodspeed is the lovely editor there, or should I say Pastor Manul Lafroig. And Philip Toywin actually made a polyglot file where this song was embedded as part of the PDF that is the journal. And so the journal was a zip file, a PDF, and a wave pack. And with the wave pack, you could actually just play this MP3. It didn't look like an MP3 or a wave pack or anything. It just said PDF, and you could just go in the command line with mplayer or VLC, and then just write Pucker GTFO journal, and this would play. So a little bit scary, but really fun. So you should check that out. Maybe run it on a box you don't care about too much. This is called Root Rights Are a Girl's Best Friend. The trolls are glad to lie for views. They delight in online duels. But I prefer a man page that describes extensive tools. A shell on the cis may be quite continental, but root rights are a girl's best friend. Pseudo may be grand, but it won't pay the rental on your hosting fee or help you with the disassembly. RAM gets cold as exploits get sold, and we all mine Bitcoin in the end. But exploit or shell script priv escalation keeps its shape. Root rights are a girl's best friend. There may come a time when a hacker needs a lawyer, but root rights are a girl's best friend. There may come a time when a tech firm employer offers you stock options, but get root rights and your own machines. Perks will fly when stocks are high, but beware when they start to descend. Machines will go offline and no more command line. Root rights are a girl's best friend. I've heard of servers where you get admin accounts, but root rights are a girl's best friend. And I think that machines that you admin yourself are better bets. If nothing else, big data sets. Unix time rolls on and entropy is gone, and you can't get that file to prepend. But big racks or botnets, you get props for root logins. Root rights are a girl's best friend. A shell on the cis may be quite continental. Sing along, root rights are a girl's best friend. Sudo may be grand, but it won't pay the rental on your hosting fee or help you with the disassembly. RAM gets cold as exploits get sold, and we all mine Bitcoin in the end. But exploit or shell skip priv escalation keeps its shape. Root rights are a girl's best friend. There may come a time when a hacker needs that lawyer, but root rights are a girl's best friend. There may come a time when a tech firm employer offers you stock options, but get root rights and your own machines. Perks will fly when stocks are high, but beware when when they start to descend. Machines will go offline and no more command line. Root rights are this girl's best friend. I've heard of servers where you get admin accounts, but root rights are a girl's best friend. And I think that machines that you admin yourself are better bets. If nothing else, big data sets. Unix time rolls on and entropy is gone, and you can't get that file to prepend. But big racks or botnets, you get props for root logins, root rights, root rights. And I don't mean jailbreaks. Root rights are this girl's best friend. Thank you. So this next song has a little bit of a story. How many of you were on Twitter 2 years ago following along with DEF CON shenanigans? Oh, a few, okay. There was this really cool Twitter account that was called I Hunt Pineapples. And what happened is someone or some people went ahead and owned all of these people who had bought this fun hacking tool, this pineapple, and put this really cool splash screen up, and I'm going to read a little bit from it. Dear Lamer, you just got popped with some O'Day shit. So it was a beautiful splash screen. I don't know if you can read the whole thing, but it's really funny. And it was going around on Twitter, and it got written up in various online publications. And I thought, well, there's a song in there somewhere. And so I wrote, this is actually a tweet from me from 2 years ago. If you like hunting pineapples, getting rude in the rain, if you're not into PHP, if you have half a brain, and then, yeah, the person who actually did the hack wrote back and he said, I'm going to get a pony in 2015. Well, he was wrong because I didn't release the song. So I'm going to sing it for you now. The full version, not just the tweet 140 character version. I was tired of my project. I'd been working too long, like a worn out recording of a favorite song. So while I lay there thinking, I read Twitter in bed, and there in my timeline, there were these tweets I read. If you like hunting pineapples, getting root in the rain, if you're not into PHP, if you have half a brain, if you like making fun of noobs on a perfect splash page, it's the fun that you've looked for. Come with me, hit escape. Thought it was kind of funny. I know that sounds kind of mean, but trolling noobs at DEF CON, that's part of the hacker scene. So I wrote in my Twitter, opened a brand new tab, and though I'm nobody's poet, I thought it wasn't half bad. Yes, I like hunting pineapples, getting root in the rain. I am not into PHP, I am into hacking. Got multimeters and oscilloscopes on my lab bench today. Thanks for posting this on Twitter. You have really made my day. Hacking gear for people that they don't understand. It's not the best idea I've ever heard of, and get people in the command line, teach them about permissions, so don't just just use gear without grok and repercussions. Then I waited with high hopes they'd reveal who they were. A new tweet, it popped up at the top of Twitter. The hacker was McGrew Security. He announced it that day. So now remember, skitties, learn to pwn before you play. If you like hunting pineapples and getting root in the rain, if you're not into PHP, if you have half a brain, if you like making fun of noobs on a perfect splash page, it's the fun that you've looked for. Come with me, hit escape. Thank you. I want to thank whoever's advancing my slides because they're doing a very good job. And we didn't have any chance to practice. We did have a little bit of a sound check at noon, though, so that's good. So speaking of Twitter, there's a lovely account called Swift on Security. And she's my spirit animal. So she's a manifestation of Taylor Swift who knows all about computer security and hacking. And she's amazing. If you don't follow her yet, she's also called Securite. So you've got to get down with her. So I'm going to sing a few songs inspired by Swift on Security. I'm not Swift on Security, just FYI. But I did write to Swift on Security, and she gave me her blessing for these songs. So. Oh, and just a little preface. I worked in a data center for a while, which is why I'm going to put on my hoodie now, because I feel cold, like I'm in the cold aisle. And working in a data center, a lot of people will call you a cable monkey, whatever. I designed big systems, and they can shove it. So I ended up specializing in storage clusters, and I don't know if any of you know the difference between a lot of hard drives in a storage cluster, and a storage cluster fails prettily. So that's the difference between a lot of hard drives and a storage cluster. What is frustrating about working in a data center is being on call, and unfortunately, I didn't get to write that part out of my job. So this is a little bit about being on call, going to the data center, and it's really late. Midnight, an Uber picks me up those headlights. A hard drive could end in burning flames or paradise. Fade into view. Oh, it's been a while since I even heard from you. Heard from you. I should just tell you just to leave, 'cause I know exactly where this leads, but your drives go round and round each time. You got that storage cluster, look in your racks, and you got that red lead classic thing that I like. And when you go crash and dump, you come back every time. Backups never go out of style, they never go out of style. You got that fiber optic, great network, and I got these Unix skills and this black sweatshirt. And when you go crash and dump, you come back every time. Backups never go out of style, they never go out of style. So it goes. You didn't design it with full failover. CD to home. VM is off, got to provision another. I say, I heard you've been having trouble with your infrastructure. Your infrastructure. And he says, what you heard is true, but I can't stop thinking about Steph and I said I've been there too a few times. You got that storage cluster look in your racks, and you got that red lead classic thing that I like. And when you go crash and dump, you come back every time. Backups never go out of style, they never go out of style. You got that fiber optic grid network, and I got these unique skills and a black sweatshirt. And when you go crash and dump, you come back every time. Backups never go out of style, they never go out of style. So it goes. You didn't design it with full failover. CD to home. VM is off, got to provision another. And I say, I heard you've been having trouble with your infrastructure. Your infrastructure. Thank you with your patience. As you can tell, singing is not my full-time profession. But hacking is, so it's good. So I got half of this. I'm good. So for those of you who don't know, that Ceph, C-E-P-H, is a beautiful storage cluster system that you can use on non-homogeneous systems. It fails really well. So even if you've got like some big old test thing that you've got to run, you know, something large, not a botnet or anything, but you know, something large that's local. Ceph is great. C-E-P-H, look it up, it's wonderful. Oh, I think, and the only thing that I kind of disagree with Securite, Ms. Swifty on security, is that I'm a Unix fan and she's not. So she'll learn. She'll see the error of her ways and come around to the Unix side, but it'll take some time. To preface this next song, I'm old enough that I'm kind of allergic to the word cyber, because when I was young and online, cybering meant something very different. So I don't understand how it's being used in industry and government and everything. It feels very strange. So just keep that in mind when you're listening to this one. Looking at it now, it all seems so simple. We were hanging out on Twitter, and I remember I pulled up Snowden's video and then discovered the rest of the world would see us now. Hackers from all over, and I remember thinking, is a cyber war yet? Is a cyber war yet? Is a cyber war? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? In the clear yet? Good. Is a cyber war yet? Is a cyber war yet? Is a cyber war? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? In the clear yet? Good. In 2010, it was uncovered. Centrifuges fell apart. Stuxnet on the covers. They burned 4 days for the hack, attacking SS7 stack. Then motorcycle assassins took out 4 nuclear scientists. It's not just code anymore. In this cyber war, there's humans dying, dying, dying. And I remember thinking, is a cyber war yet? Is a cyber war yet? Is a cyber war? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? In the clear yet? Good. Is a cyber war yet? Is a cyber war yet? Is a cyber war? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? In the clear yet? Good. Remember when we did it for the lulz? Proves the concept were our only goals. When I started hacking, baby, so did you. When the money came up, I took the paycheck too. Remember when they hacked the DNC, then hacked and hacked back? Well, it came to be firewall, exploits, Cisco, and Shanji. When the news came out, you were looking at me. You were looking at me. You were looking at me. And I remember. Is a cyber warrior? Is a cyber warrior? Is a cyber war? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? In the clear yet? Good. Is a cyber warrior? Is a cyber warrior? Is a cyber war? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? In the clear yet? Good. Thank you. So I have a sort of a joke band that I'm part of. It's not really a joke anymore because now we're a band, and now I'm telling you about it, so obviously it's real. And it's my housemate, my ex-housemate Ellen and I. And our band name is, we have two band names. Usually we go by the Lost Space Geckos, because there were those geckos that got lost in space on that Russian satellite a couple years ago. And then sometimes we go by two standard deviations. It depends on how we feel. We started as an Balkan ABBA cover band, but we're not really now. Now we just play folk covers and stuff. And I wish she were here with me because then, you know, you could hear her lovely singing voice as well. But we did this song at a campfire because we mostly just play house parties. We're not really a real band. So we played this at a campfire, and she said, "Well, you know, you have to play this at a conference." And I said, "Well, no conference is going to let me play this, but here I am." So this is my last song tonight, and I hope you enjoy it. It's called "When I Was Your Man." Same bag, but it feels just a little bit bigger now. Our song on the stream, but it don't sound the same. All it does, friends talk about you, all it does is just tear me down. 'Cause my heart breaks a little when I hear your name. It all just sounds like ooh. Too young, too dumb to realize that I should have bought you hardware and helped you code. I should have given you all my hours when I had the chance. Take you to every party 'cause all you wanted to do was hack. And now my baby is hacking, but she's hacking with another man. My pride, my ego, my needs, and my selfish ways caused a good, strong woman like you to walk out my life. No, never, ever, never get to clean up that mess I made. And it haunts me every time I close my eyes. It all just sounds like ooh, 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 ooh. Too young, too dumb to realize. And I should have bought you hardware and helped you code. I should have given you all my hours when I had the chance. Take you to every party 'cause all you wanted to do was hack. And now my baby is hacking, but she's hacking with another man. Although it hurts, I'll be the first to say much too late to try to apologize for my mistakes. I just want you to know, I hope that he buys you hardware and helps you cope. I hope he gives you all his hours when he has the chance, and takes you to every party, 'cause all you wanted to do was hack. Do all those things I should. Let's try that again. Do all those things I should have done when I was your man. Yeah, do all those things I should have done when I was your man. Thank you. Thank you for indulging my experiment, and I hope you had a fun time at the conference, and if you want to talk to me about hardware or knitting machines, you can find me at these places.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause, our first ever singing keynote.